There it is. I got to do a little exploring. I've been trying to get ready for 2 days now. 3 days maybe. And my mom's been sick, so I kind of had a hard time leaving. So I was sitting there this morning, thinking, where can I go? So I remembered a guy telling me about this up here, and I ran a bear right up through here one time. So I got on Google Earth and I found this place. I said, man, that's not supposed to be here. This is the forest, and I thought, well, maybe it's a little piece of private inholding in here. So then I went over to Onyx Maps, because on Onyx Maps, you can see the land status. Is that what they call it? Who owns it? Whether it's Forest Service, BLM, state lease, or if it's private. I used to own a little piece of private inholding surrounded by forest up here. So I thought, well, maybe it's private. So I looked on Onyx Maps. No, this is in the forest. And from Google Earth, you could see that there's like a yard, and you could see the roof outline. I thought, man, alive. I wonder what that is. So I loaded up at the house, loaded up both mules. Onward and upward. Let's get out of here. Oh. Oh, fat Lori. Don't twist. Onward and upward. Here we go. Clyde's keeping up. Matter of fact, I think he's wanting to pass. Hold back, Clyde. That's where we're going, right up through there. There, look at that. Where to from here? No, we can get through here somewheres. Gotta be able to. Jeez, look at that. I know we gotta be close. We can't be too far away. I think right down through there and over there and up on that other side. Oh, she got to pee. We sprung a leak. Can't be too far now. This is where the fire got to it. Well, in places. And there's downfall timber. The trail's gone. But I know I seen it on Google Earth. It's up here. I know it is. I just didn't measure the distance. Mules are doing a little bit better now. They got a little tired. They were pretty high-headed. This is good for them, though. It's good for me to ride some of this rough country and kind of get used to them. Bonnie gets in a little hurry and doesn't pay attention where she's putting, where she's putting her feet sometimes bothers me a little bit. She's breathing hard now, though. We'll be all right. I'm going to go right up through there. This looks nice. There it is. Look at that. I got to do a little exploring. Find a place to tie these mules up where they won't hurt anything. Let's have a look around. pretty cool place. And let me tell you, it's not the easiest to get to. Typical of most of these things up here, these little canyons, there'll be a 2-track road that goes up a certain amount of way, and then there'll be a trail that goes pretty well beat out for a ways, and then the trail disappears. But you can find it here and there as you go. It's not totally gone. Look at that. Honey, I'm home. I don't think that pot's any good anymore. Rats moved in. Welding glove. They had a generator up here. Look at that. They got AC power right there. Little stove pipe. Used to have a stove in here. Mirror so you can make sure you look okay. I know. We got to go up here and see if we can find some water. Did a pretty good job, really. Lori, you better get out of there. Watch out for rattlesnakes, guys. Spray foam insulation. That was it, but then they got regular, what do you call it, chinking? But this is all spray foamed. Oh, an addict. Nothing but rats. There's a mine up here, something somewhere, I bet you. Maybe. Trail don't go anywhere. Gotta be water here somewhere. Sure is pretty right in here. Oh, there's water. Look at that. Hey guys, look at that. There's water. Right there, look at there. Come here, guys. P? Come on, P. Now up above here, there's supposed to be some 30-foot waterfalls. Maybe not this time of year. Water all up and down through here. Let's see what's right up here. Oh, look at that. It's where they kept their livestock, right there. There's got to be a mine around here somewhere. You'd think there'd be a big trail to it. Bro, my hat. It's like air conditioning. Woo! Let me hang a couple cameras. And then let's make us something to eat. It's hot. I don't know the history of it. I wish I could figure it out. I thought there might be a mine around here somewhere, and I'll still wander around here. But I brought me a dehydrated meal, and what is it? What is my dehydrated meal? Wild Zora Paleo Meals to Go. What kind is it? I don't even know what kind it is. Oh, grass-fed beef with organic carrots, kale, broccoli, and mushrooms. Yeah, we'll give it a try. So yeah, it's nice up here, peaceful. Tell you what, mules are tied up over there. I put a camera up right here. I brought 2 cameras. I might put another one down further down the canyon. I don't know. I might just save it and put it somewhere else. But anyway, we can come back up here. You know, in maybe, let's see. This is the end of July. Maybe we'll come up here the end of August. Leave it up here for a month and see what comes. This is a pretty good little trail. They break off through here, and there's water right there, and there's water right there. Looks like everything that comes through here has to go right through that little trail. So we'll see. As long as the bears don't get my camera. I've had them do that a lot. They tear the cameras down. Anyway, that's one of my favorite things is anyway. Listen how peaceful it is. The wind blowing in the trees. You get in the shade up here, and it's quite a bit cooler. Still hot. Might even have to find me a place and take a little nap. Oh. Whew. What do you think, bunny girl? Huh? No rattlesnakes under this log? Okay, go on. Fat Lori. What are you doing, Fat Lori? No, bunny. I already petted you. Iris and Fat Lori. Go on, go on. Go on, go on. Leave it alone, bunny. Well, it's rehydrated. See what it tastes like. It's not bad. No, go on. Could use a little chili peppers. No, go on. Definitely could use some spices. And I got spices in my panniers over there in my cook kit. But I didn't feel like getting them out. So this was good enough. Oh, I forgot to say a prayer. Amen. Aha. Now let's have a smoke. Go on, Lori. When I used to live up here, like I don't know how many miles it was, but it was that way. I never came this way hardly unless the dogs were coming this way. Usually I always went that way because that way was the wilderness. And this way is where you would come and you'd come down the road and there might be people camped and different things, you know, and then up these little canyons you could go, but it typically got so rough that you couldn't go very far. I think Bonnie and Clyde are going to be a good team. We're going to be able to see a lot of country. They need to be rode every day, or Bonnie needs to be rode every day to where she's just, you know, just going instead of looking and thinking and whipping that head back and forth. I wonder who built that cabin, and I wonder what the purpose of it was for. And I wonder what year, how old was it? Somebody, I mean, maybe somebody built it a long time ago, and then they came in here later on and fixed it up. I'd heard a story one time that there was an old hippie that lived up here somewhere. He didn't have permission. Of course, you're only supposed to stay in one camp, I think, for 14 days is all. Might be shorter than that in the forest, but I know on BLM it's 14 days. Who wants to stay in one place for that long, though? I like to keep on moving. You know, sometimes I want to go and I want to get out, and I don't have time to do a big long trip. And it's not a habit. What would you say? It's a quirk I got, or it's a bad thing that I have. And my wife tells me, and I need to keep it in mind, it's not all or nothing. Some of these little rides like this are, man, this is as good as it gets, really. Don't get me wrong, I'd like to set up a camp and stay the night and then get up tomorrow and just keep going the same direction. Do that for about 4 or 5 days in a row. Might be able to do it one of these days, like next week. So yeah, it's not all or nothing. That's a good smoke right there. I think that goes all the way to hell. There's an area down by Mexico. It's remote, desolate, and really hard to access. It'd been over 30 years since I'd been down there, so I loaded up my hounds and some mules and went down there to do a little exploring. Yeah, you hate to turn down these little old 2-track roads with a horse trailer, because you never know where you can turn around. But this one's pretty well defined. And I mean, there's places I could back up into and work my way out. But I tell you what, now this country is hard to get into. You just don't, I mean, it's just not that easy. The access to it is terrible. But once you figure it out, it might be good if you don't want to be bothered by other people. Hold on, mules. In a world where the edges of civilization blur into the vast unknown, there lies a place untouched by the hands of time, a realm where the whispers of the wind tell stories of ancient tales lost to memory. Looks like a pretty cool spot. This is what I seen on Google Earth. Set of pins, old line shack, a solar. I wonder if there's water here. I'm supposed to camp within 300 yards of water. I'm gonna get out and look around. Let these dogs run around a little bit. Let's see what we got. The middle of nowhere. I bet there's no water here though. Solar panel right there. Oh, drier than a popcorn fart. If I could ride somewhere to find water and water these mules, I'd be all right. This is a pretty desolate desert and remote. It's about as remote as a guy can get out here. Really is. Honey, I'm home. What's for dinner? Nothing? Poochie, poochie, poochie. Water bottles. Sorry. Is it concrete? Yeah, it's concrete. Sebastian, 2021. Jazz 2019. Armando Salas. Hey, get out of that. Hey, get out of there. Hey! It's a different kind of trash than I seen down in Arizona on the border. It's old, no doubt about that. Don't know how old though. I mean, this was all added here by the rancher, trying to make this hospitable to cattle. Pretty dry out here now. I could always keep my mules in that pen right there. Nah, let's get them out and see what we can do. I hope the rancher don't mind. But there was a panel laying down right here. You can see the marks. And I hauled it over here because those wires were disconnected up there. Someone had cut them in two. So I hauled it over here so I could climb up there, and I connected them back. Look at that! I got water now, boys. Ha! Full bucket. I carry in when I pack in. Coming in kind of handy, really, now. Still got water running. Get these animals something to drink. Water in the desert, boys. It's a valuable commodity. This is about as remote as you can get. There's still a two-track road that leads to it, but it's wilderness on both sides of this road, and you're not supposed to drive off of that. And there hasn't been many people been back in here in a long time. Yesterday, I was back off. If you watch this video right here, I was back off I don't know, 25, 30 miles that way, and trying to figure out a way to get into these little hills, and I'm still not into them the way I want to be. It's remote. I found this, I was on Google Earth, and I found this little, I guess you'd call it a line shack, and it's just out here in the middle of nowhere, and I figured there might be water here. I could see the solar panel, but it wasn't hooked up. Go, Rusty, that's enough. Go on. And I hooked up the solar panel and got it to work. It's pumping water, so now I got water for the dogs and the mules. But it's about 1 o'clock. It took me forever to get out here. I don't know, I might stay the night. I might leave. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. It's nice. There's something about remote, lonely, desolate places that attract me. It's just a feeling of peace and freedom that you get from being out here. I get from being out here. Anyway. Onward and upward, let's go! I'm gonna run up here to what they call Hagen Tank, which is about, I don't know how many miles, there's quite a few miles that way. I got my bag with me and everything. If I decide to spend the night, then I'll go ahead and find a good place to camp and camp out. I got everything I need. I'd like to find water for the mules at least, but we'll see. I think there's supposed to be a tank, what we call a dirt tank, but a source of water up here somewhere. If there's not, I'm just gonna have to curl back over to the truck and the trailer. I might be able to get there before dark. I'm pretty sure I can. I think that set of pins right up there in front of me, that might be old Festus Hagen Tank. They call it Hagen Tank.
Cornbread, buttermilk, and good old Gracie Gray.
Hagen, H-A-G-E-N, I believe. Maybe there's water there. I haven't seen any fresh cow tracks though. There's old cow tracks. Dry as a popcorn fart. Look at this little thing over here. Gotta watch out for wire in these places like that. A little hut of some sort. So with no water to be found and not much out here interesting me, I headed back to the truck. I knew it was going to be close, but I wanted to get back before it got dark. Further than I thought. I've been over 2 hills and I still can't see. I need to see the crater, and then when I see the crater I think I can line up and know where the camp is. or the truck and trailer. I was sure wishing I could find some water out here somewhere. There she is. We made it. Sun's just setting. Oh me, I'm just gonna pop up my rooftop tent and camp right there. Pretty good place, I think. Beautiful evening, the wind quit blowing. It's nice, nice, nice. Tomorrow morning, what is that helicopter? I'm gonna go to that crater right there. I'm gonna ride into that crater. That's a volcano crater right there. I don't know if you can see it from here with this camera. I think they call that Aden crater. And then they got that Aden lava flow, which I imagine is where the lava all came out of that crater. That volcano, yeah, there's that helicopter way up there. This is a regular flight path through here, I guess, to El Paso. Probably from Phoenix or Tucson or something like that. That one's up pretty high. The other two were down low. I think one of those, or maybe both of those other ones, were Border Patrol. Because Mexico is just right on the other side of those mountains right there. Right there. Matter of fact, I got on the Mexican cell phone tower. How you doing, Ruth? Pretty good? Thought I dropped her. Thought I found a good place with water. I would have just kept riding and went and camped out there somewhere, but I'm scared there's no water out here. This is an old, dry, desolate desert for sure. Anyway, it's a pretty good day.
They cleaned up the water at the same time that we did that. You see what I'm saying? So people at that time just remembered the water not being that great.
I came out here in about 1984. I barely remember it. I used to come out here, two-wheel drive truck. I didn't have a four-wheel drive. I come out here and I had a couple Airedales, and I come out here and try to call coyotes. And this area fascinated me back then also because it's so remote. And I remember I came out here with a guy named Arturo Terrazas. He was a friend of mine. He was a guy that I worked with. And we got a dog out of a trap out here. He had gotten in a trap, and Arturo, we named that dog Trapper, and Arturo kept that dog. I bet I haven't heard from Arturo. I wonder if he's still alive. It's been 30 years or more. But yeah, we came out here and he showed. A lot of people come out here, and I say a lot. People used to come out here and deer hunt quite a bit, and those were back in the days where deer tags were just over the counter. And there is a lot of deer out here, because I've seen probably 15, maybe 20 head of deer. So, and there's some big bucks out here. People tell stories about these big bucks. But I don't know. I like it because it's remote. I like it because of the sense of alone you get, I guess, the sense of freedom. You're just out here, you know, you're on your own. But I don't know. I got other places I want to go. I'm going to go tomorrow morning. I'll show you guys the crater. Man, I'm going to button everything up. Put my weapon up in my tent with me. I'm just going to load up. I'm going to get up early and I'm going to load up and get the heck out of here. All right, guys. Whoa. Got my tent deployed. Keeps you warm. Keeps you dry. Keeps the booger mans from getting you. Maybe. Come on. You guys get out of the way. P. P, come here. Mr. Bean. No. You guys act like you want something from me this morning. I don't have nothing for you. Where's Fat Lori? There's Bosco P. Coltrane. No, don't knock my phone, my camera over. Lori? Oh! Ta-da! Can't even fly your hang glider in there. You can do it, Fat Lori. Oh, come here, Fat Lori. Come on. Oh, I swear. You're well run. Oh. You okay? Onward and upward. Here we go. This is about ugly. I don't know. Don't know if I like this. It's interesting. That's about it. I don't know what they're barking on. Something. They've been barking on it all morning. Let me see if a dog goes down right there. That's not bad. Holy moly. Looks pretty cool. Look at that right there. Let's go right down through there, Brenda. You did good getting up here. Just don't step on me going down. Brenda? What do you think, sweetheart? It's ugly in here, isn't it? Looks like something bad. It was an explosion. It was a volcano, I reckon. Not too bad, huh, sweetheart? That's right. Let's look at that other part. I think that goes all the way to hell. I don't think we can get down there, Brenda. What's this little deal right here? Let's look, let's look. Gray foxes run right up the side of that hill. That's what these dogs have been barking on. Well, this was worth the whole trip right here. Can you imagine the violence, the explosion, well, it was, it was just terrible. I wonder how many thousands of years ago this happened. I'll look it up, like they know. We got these really, really smart guys that know how to research all that. That was good. There's the lava flow right there. Oh, look how far it goes. I enjoyed seeing the crater, and I liked the solitude and the distance it is from everything. Rattlesnake somewhere. Wow. Week before last, I got a message on, I think it was Facebook. The guy told me about some petroglyphs. He said, hey, I worked for the road department, and came over here, and he said, I found a bunch of these petroglyphs. And he said, and my brother was on another mountain over here and found an old Spanish spur. So I was sitting around thinking, it's a long drive, but I need to get out. I'll go out there and I'll spend the night, camp. I'll take Bonnie and we'll go find those petroglyphs. I got on Onyx Maps, plotted me a course, and then it's typically what I do is I get on Onyx on my big computer. That way my old man eyes can see real well. And what you can do is you can build a route. So I built me a route to where this location was. He gave me the name of it. It's Alamo Mountain. So I found it, came to it, and if you're part of my Patreon or my membership on YouTube, I'll put a link, an Onyx map link to this exact location. Anyway, so typically what I do is I get on Onyx, I make my route, I look where I'm at, I figure out the best way to get here, and then I'll get on Google Earth and I'll look. So I got on Google Earth and I looked and I thought, man, what in the world is that on the side of that hill? And I got to doing some research, and it's an old Butterfield Trail stage stop. I thought, how cool is that? All these petroglyphs right here, and I get this bonus of being able to go look at this stage stop. So here's the video. I'll put the video. This is from back when last week when I came up here.
Always feels good. I don't know what it is, but I love it.
I just bumped into the sheriffs. They're right up there in front of me. All bundled up with their bulletproof vests and their weapons. And I talked to them for a while. Real nice guys, real nice. And yeah, they told me to be careful out here. Said there's lots of drug runners and smugglers and stuff like that coming over across the border. Told them, I said, well, I'm a hunter, I'm armed. They said, well, just be careful. So I asked them where I could camp, and they told me just about anywhere. They said, just go up here a ways and try to stay off the military, because this is a bombing range, and they claim they have unexploded ordnances. Ordnances? Is that how you say it? I don't know. I'll find me a little secluded canyon up here somewhere, and I'll set up a camp. I don't know. I'm not worried. Now, if my wife was here, she would be going crazy. Oh, man. We made it, finally. Oh. I did it again. Drove until way after dark, set up camp. I have no idea. I could have camped way down the road, got up early, and then got to right here, but I knew there was a good place right here. close to where I want to go. Anyway, I'm here. I got to where I wanted to go. I got my new cooking system. Here you go, guys. This is fire maple. This is it's everything. And really, I got it for when I go packing in. But thought I would use it here today. It's pretty cool. Look at that little kettle. Isn't that cool? It goes right there. For my coffee in the morning. All right. I think I got a thermos with some beans and red chili in it. I'll eat that. Probably have me a little smoke. And then, man, I'm going to bed. I am worn smooth out. Amen. No, Fat Lori. You know, I spent a lot of my life traveling around and working. Had to travel all over the place. And that was like a hobby of mine when I was driving through the country. I would look and say, well, because I mean, when I worked for the company, you know, we stayed in motel rooms. If you couldn't go do a job and stay in a motel room, it wasn't worth doing. Then after I got rid of the company, there's no sense in staying in a motel room. It's really a waste of money. So I camp, you know, and I went all the way across Texas and stayed. You know, I went down, I forget what I was doing. I think it was one of the last jobs I did, but it was during COVID, and I still camped on the side of the road, different places. But that was like something I'd do. I'd be driving, I'd look through the countryside, check little places and say, man, that'd be a good place to camp. If you're just driving and you weren't, you know, nobody was paying for your room and you had to save money, I'd find all these little locations where I could camp. Staying in a motel room to me is like, geez, you got to pay for it and then you're stuck in that room and they all look the same. I don't like it. I'd much rather sleep out like this. This is living. This is freedom. This is what I like. Even though they said that there's drug runners and all kinds of stuff out here. I ain't too worried. Watch out, P. Everybody wants to see you drink water. Let's see you drink. Drink. Drink.
Tiny little donations from hundreds of thousands.
Wind blew like crazy last night. This wasn't in the forecast. If it don't slow down when that sun cracks, I'm not about to saddle up that mule and ride up that mountain. This is miserable. Hope I can get my tent all stitched back together. Bad right here with the protection of the trailer. But I'm not going to get on that mule and ride up the side of that mountain in 25-mile-an-hour wind. I'm going to finish drinking my coffee. I'm not even going to cook anything. I think I'm just going to load up and get out of here and come back. The heat and the wind. Wind especially. Wind just makes me feel terrible. This video is to be continued. Here we go again. Again, a little different style this time. That's pretty cool right there. It's a long way across there. I don't know if I'll be camping out somewhere tonight or not. Get in now. But I got just about everything I need. I got extra gas in here, water in my tank, cooler full of stuff. This is kind of my emergency food thing. It's got all kinds of stuff in it. Got a good watchdog, Mr. Owl. Y'all never met Mr. Owl before. He's probably one of my favorite hounds. But he's too smart for his own good. He always gets out of the pen. So he gets to go with me in the heat. Got all my camera stuff, got my bed rolls for comfort. I do have a weapon for anybody who asks. I got my 45 1911. I think my truck will be safe right here. I hope. We got to go that way all the way across the top of those mountains, and then I don't know, it's 66 miles on a dirt road. Let's go. An oldie but a goodie, huh? Somebody's shipping pins right here. Little owl out for a minute. Get out of there. Come on. It's hot. Let's go over here and take a look. Is there anything in there, Al? Look at how they stack the rocks up to level it. I'll fall through. Now, how old do you guys think this is? Jeez, I don't want to fall through the floor. Watch out! Listen, rattlesnake somewhere. He's under the floor here. Do you hear him? afraid this will break through, and then I'll be right on top of that rattlesnake. Follow this road on up. Imagine it'll show where from what I seen though, the station was up closer to the mountain. So we'll go up there and check. Gotta go back through the gate and around, I think. Right? I got a winch. That's gonna get bad. I can make it though. Let's try. I got a winch, or I might not have tried that. I don't know how. I didn't want to bottom out. I wasn't worried about just getting stuck with traction. I was worried we might bottom out. High center, I guess is what you call it. But I got the winch. There's no cell phone service or anything out here, so there's no calling for help. I got my Garmin Messenger. I don't know who would come all the way out here to help me. I'd have to walk. Oh well. Just gotta take chances. You gotta do it. If you want anything, you gotta take chances. We made it. Ooh, it's hot. It's all right. Let's go check this out. There's the concrete swimming hole. Don't get down in there. I wonder how old that trash is. Looks terrible. What do you think, buddy? Are we doing okay? I know what somebody's gonna say. Where's your metal detector? You have a metal detector. Why didn't you bring your metal detector? I don't know. I should have, I guess. I bet this has been detected quite a bit. But you never know. I mean, you never know what you could find by going out and detecting some, everywhere. Hey, I doubt they could have covered everything. Look at this. Wow. This is the Butterfield. They called this Los Alamos something. It means Cottonwood Springs. I guess there's some springs around here somewhere. Oh, there's some more building right up there. They're just stacking these rocks. This is cool. These are some excerpts from some books that I have. One is called The Butterfield Trail in New Mexico, and the other one is called 900 Miles on the Butterfield Trail by A.C. Green. The first one is from George Hackler. Going west through a series of hills and gullies into a flat grassy plain dotted by an occasional yucca or cholla cactus, in sharp contrast to the creosote and mesquite of the surrounding Chihuahuan desert. About 10 miles to the southwest of Corduños was another station, still in New Mexico. Some more right over there. Los Ojos de los Alamos, Cottonwood Springs. This grassy plain continues to the Heco, am I pronouncing that right? Mountains in Texas, where the landscape changes from Chihuahuan grassland back to the Chihuahuan desert, as the trail forks around Cerro Alto Mountain and falls in elevation down to the Heco tanks. Conklin reports that Cottonwood Springs is in Otero County, New Mexico, on a gently sloping flat on the western flank of Alamo Spring Mountain. Charlie Rodias, I don't know how to pronounce that, lived here in the early 1880s in a rock fort-style building, 56 foot 6 inches by 68 foot 6 inches. The walls were 11 feet high and in exact alignment with the cardinal points of the compass. The longer wall was aligned north-south. There were 3 rooms, 27 foot by 14 foot, 12 foot by 14 foot, 18 and a half foot by 22 foot. With a blacksmith shop and a water tank in the northeast corner. A 9.5 foot storage shed stood against the outside southwest corner. There were 2 gates on the west side and a stone wall corral 200 feet by 180 feet by 5 feet high. The road came in along the west side with 2 turnouts leading through gates into the corral. And an aquia ran through the corral to a tank inside. The Charlie Rodius mentioned by Conklin as living in the Butterfield station may have been the same man killed along with Matt Caufelt by Oliver Lee, Bill McNew, and Jim Tucker. According to George McNew, Bill's son, Rodius and Caufelt were caught pushing herd of cows with other people's brands into El Paso. They were tracked by Lee, McNew, and Tucker and confronted in the site of the present-day El Paso International Airport. Rodius shot at Lee and missed. Lee and McNew both returned fire, killing Rodius. Caufelt, his own pistol drawn, rode straight into McNew and Tucker's guns and died instantly. I bet that was a Well, I wonder what that was. This is the bonus. This isn't even what I came up here for. This is what I found on Google Earth. And I was shocked because, you know, I've been kind of studying up on the Butterfield Trail, and I've been wanting to ride it on my mules through New Mexico because it goes right not too far from my house. I could ride right out of my yard and ride it all the way to Arizona. That was my plan. Now we're in New Mexico here, but then this is just a little spot where it comes up out of Texas, comes to this station, and then it drops back down and it takes off and it goes that way to towards El Paso. Oh man, look at that. Up here a lot higher is where the good artists were. There's a rabbit right there. That's a rabbit. we need to go. My favorite snake right there. That right there almost looks like a brand, but then that looks different right there. That's a man right there with a little top knot head top knot on his head. Maybe it's a woman. And that's a turtle. A lot of them here. I don't want to get hit by lightning. Oh, there's some right there too. I'm gonna walk on up and keep looking. Seems like the higher I get, the better the art is, or the petroglyphs. I don't want to get up too high and get struck by lightning. I heard that's no fun. Looking at all these and seeing how similar they are to each other, I think there is meaning to them. I think somehow they're telling a story. It's some story, you know, either about mountains, of course, rattlesnakes, different things had meaning to them. And maybe they were just like nomadic tribes just cutting through the country, and they stayed here for a while because, you know, the hunting was good and there was water. And they made all these markings just telling something to the next tribe that came through. I don't know. Wish I did. The more I look at them though, the more I get a feeling. I see the similarity and it's like they're telling a story. Guys think that one is? Looks like a turtle with teeth. Maybe but it's got little pointed ears on top of its head. I do not know. Walk on the petroglyphs. Ow. climbing up through there and then circle back around through that other little outcropping. Let's walk up there and see what we can find. You doing okay, buddy? We'll go get some water here in a minute, all right? These things just keep on going. I keep on finding them. And it's cooled off now because of that cloud. Conquistadors? I think those are men on horseback, no doubt. I wonder from what time period. Only got 5% battery left. But I bet this is where the spring is. This is what it was named after. Alamo Springs or Cottonwood Springs. I'm gonna walk around, go underneath there, see what I can find. Hopefully I got enough battery if I find something good. If not, you're not seeing nothing. This is the spring. There's a little bit of water. I'll get you a drink right there, buddy. Oh boy. You ever get the creepy feeling you're being watched? Thought I seen something move, and then it's like I felt eyes on me. Guys, that was as good a petroglyph as I've seen in a long time. There's some really neat drawings up there. And I imagine the higher you go on the mountain, I never ran out of them. I just ran out of battery, or I'd have kept on going. So anyway, guys, until next time. Onward and upward. That is the watchword. Hey, watch one of these videos right here. They're good ones.